hot zones, the coronavirus spreading.
Fears grow of a global pandemic.
A huge spike in cases in Italy.
Hundreds of cases in South Korea. New cases reported in Europe.
The CDC warned Americans to be prepared here at home, that it's not a matter of if, but when.
Good evening. We interrupt this bad news for an urgent news report. You thought your spring season was canceled. You thought the soccer banquet was canceled. But you thought wrong on one of those things. So let's meet the stars of tonight's Mountaineers soccer banquet.
It's time to announce your Eastern Oklahoma State College Lady Mountaineers. From Sac Seed, Texas, number 0, Jordan Hamilton. From Manford, Oklahoma, number 2, Michaela Babcock. From McAllister, Oklahoma, number 3, Ashley Todd. From The Colony, Texas, number 4, Jules Cowley. From Bethany, Oklahoma, number 5, Nicole McDonald. From Medill, Oklahoma, number 7, Maria Flores. From Coweta, Oklahoma, number 9, Sarah Heaton. From Alvin, Texas, number 10, Bailey Smith. From Freeport, Bahamas, number 11, Jalea Taylor. From Bethany, Oklahoma, number 12, Kendry Esco. From McAllister, Oklahoma, number 13, Davina Santos. From Moore, Oklahoma, number 15, A.J. Bolden. From Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, number 20, Sierra Stamp. From Cleburne, Texas, number 23, Melissa Martinez. From Joshua, Texas, number 77, Lauren Freeman. And your coach for Big Blue, Justin McCain.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the banquet.
Thank you for joining us. Tonight I want to make sure that we recognize those who have helped our program be successful, starting with President Dr. Smith, a longtime advocate for the program, helped start the program, continues to support us, helping us improve our facilities and things every year. I'd also like to thank a few special people as well, Nastana Hugel, and the time that she spends with our players, and just the amount of effort that she puts into building those relationships, along with the First United Methodist Student Center, allowing us to use their facilities and taking time with us. Also Lance Burnett, the ESM director, allowing us to use his facilities and spending time with our students. Miss Julie Lawrence, who's our second mom, cooks for us, takes care of us, and spends a lot of time with our students, so I want to thank them. I don't want to take too much time, but I want to make sure in this crazy time that we're in, that we recognize a lot of the things that we've done. It's been a record-breaking season. We've had a great group this year, both on and off the field. I can't say enough about this group and what they mean to me in this program. In thinking about how we can honor them without having our formal banquet that we do every year, I really wanted to make sure I recognize each player. I spent a lot of time and a lot of countless hours combing through film, looking at stats, and I think I'm ready to give you the honor that you deserve. So in no particular order, these awards. We'll go through them. So this first award goes to a player who's not the jetless, has been known and been seen, it's on video, of knocking several players over. So this year's Bulldozer Award goes to
Sierra Stamp.
this award goes to a player who really has a next level. So when she gets going, she turns on her afterburners. We like to refer to it as the Sadie burners. And so this player is going to receive the Afterburners Award.
Sarah Heaton.
Our next award goes to a player who is always paying attention. Always paying attention, retaining information, never needs to ask a question. And that's actually not very true. So the What Award goes to
Salma Lamek.
All right, by now you know that these awards are highly prestigious. They don't just go to everybody. And continuing in that, I want to make sure our next person gets recognized. This award goes to a player who has done extremely well both seasons here. She's done really well in the back. A lot of times she's able to steal the ball away from the opponent. And when she steals the ball, she'll cut and she'll weave and she'll dribble everybody. And then you never know what's going to happen. It could be a great pass. It could be a great through ball. It could be dribbling literally into the opponent. It could be literally passing to where nobody's at. Or it could be passing right to the other team. So I'm going to dribble everyone and ... award goes to
Nicole McDonald.
Moving on to our next award. This award goes to a player who has held some records for the program. A player who's very confident in her abilities. Anytime we get a foul within the box and we get a PK called, this person steps up every time. And this year, she's done nothing short of what we expected in stepping up and taking PKs, and she's 0 for 3 this year. So this year, the PK award goes to
Rose Cortez.
Our next award goes to a player who is a tireless worker. She runs and runs and runs around the field until she can't run anymore. Part of that is that she runs and runs and runs all over the field until she gets tired. So the I'll Just Run Around award goes to
Michaela Babcock.
Our next award goes to a player that you may or may not know of, a player that you may or may not see sometimes, a player that you may or may not hear. Sometimes she'll sneak right up on you, take the ball, and make a good play. So the Silent Ninja Award goes to
Melissa Martinez.
One of my favorite things to do is to play with puppies and dogs. And one of the characteristics of those is the ability to distract them with a ball. So anytime you see a ball go, there they go. We have a player that's very similar to that. We have a player that came in, and anytime there was a ball, she was chasing after it. So there's a ball award goes to
Maria Flores.
Our next award goes to a player who hasn't been able to contribute much on the field from an injury, but she's been very good on the sidelines. She's been able to provide us with a lot of keepsakes and memories. So the Smile for the Camera award goes to
Lupe Molina.
For our next award, this goes to a player that anytime you meet her, you always stop and think, there's just something off with this person. Just something just not quite right. It took me a while to really figure out what it was. It's not because she's from Texas. It's not because she was in band like you might think. But every once in a while you'll see her kick the ball or you'll see her write something and you realize, oh, she's left-footed. So the Left-Footed Weirdo Award goes to
Lauren Freeman.
Our next award goes to a player who, without a doubt, stands above the rest of everybody in this category. There's no argument. You can try. I've got film to back it up. A lot of our players know that she's the best at this and won't even attempt it. Not even in practice or in game. They just won't even try because they know it's not going to happen. So the most obvious handball award goes to
Kendry Esco.
Women in sports have been getting a lot of recognition recently, and one of the really cool, neat stories that you see sometimes in high school, and it's even gone to the professional level, are women being considered in playing football. You have a lot of female soccer players that are field goal kickers. Most recently, Carly Lloyd of the U.S. Women's National Team has been talking back and forth with an NFL team. The difference between those women and this player that we have is they're actually kicking a football into a field goal. Our player is very good at pretending that soccer ball is a football and pretending that we have a field goal above the goal. So this year's Best Field Goal Kicker Award goes to
Jules Cowley.
It never fails that before a game, out of practice, after a game, getting on the bus, getting back to school, going to class, you're going to hear these three words. As a matter of fact, sometimes I hear it in my dreams, and as soon as you hear it, you know where it's coming from, you know who it's coming from, and more importantly, you know what it means. And so this year's Let's Go Boys award goes to
Jordan Hamilton.
This next award goes to a player who has been very talented in a lot of things, very creative. When she came to school here, I was really excited. I hadn't really seen her play in person. I'd seen some film. I thought she had some really great qualities. I was really excited to see her play. Fast forward, first semester, gets hurt, can't play. Second semester, has surgery, can't play. Third semester, still not really released from the doctor to play. Takes us to the fourth semester where she finally got on the field to play. So this year's award for almost made it 4 semesters without playing goes to
Jalea Taylor.
Our next award goes to a player who is always eager to play, who always is full of energy, who has a lot of athleticism, but unfortunately sometimes she doesn't know where to go. She doesn't know how to use all that energy. And so in a game, it's funny, you'll see this player run around and then just stop and kind of look over, and she gives you that look like, where do I go now? So this year's Where Do I Go award goes to
Davina Santos.
This next award goes to a player who is liked by all, who always has a smile on her face, who works really, really hard. And this year had a position change and has done really well in transitioning. But playing in the back, there's times where it can be frustrating. There's times where all the players in front of you aren't doing what they're supposed to. And it's always been fun for me to see this player back there just smiling at somebody when that player knows they made a mistake, it's still smiling at them. So this year's Is My Smile Hiding My Frustration award goes to
Bailey Smith.
Our next award goes to a player who has done a lot this year, has frustrated a lot of opponents, has been able to run past them with blazing speed. She's been able to get in behind defenses. She's been able to cause all kinds of problems. And because of this, there's one thing that she's been really good at. So this year's Spent Most Time on the Ground award goes to
A.J. Bolden.
And finally, our last award. This is our most coveted award. This award is one that everyone strives to get, but there's really every year only one person who truly deserves this award. The film, I think, speaks for itself. It's really exciting to be able to present this award. So this year's most prestigious award, the Gold Steeler Award, goes to
Ashley Todd.
I can't say enough about these girls and the time and the effort they've not only put into a program, but the time they put into class and their studies. It's been one of our highest team GPAs that we've had. But more than that, the time that they put into each other. It's been a really fun year coaching. It's been fun winning. And it's been such a great experience. And with the coronavirus, it's been very unfortunate on how things have gone as far as not being able to say goodbye, not to have that closure, not to be able to kind of wrap these things up. But to recap our season, I want to make sure that everyone gets a good look at how special this season is and how special this group of girls are. So here are some of the stats from our record-breaking season. It's the second best overall record in our program history at 7 wins, 7 losses, and 2 ties. It's the best conference record that our school has had at 5 wins, 7 losses, and 2 ties. It also adds up to the most conference wins in our program, the least conference losses in our program. We also scored the second most goals in a season at 25 for our program history. We also gave up the least amount of goals at 25. Our best goals against average is 1.57 per game, which was a record set this year. We also had the highest shot percentage at 33% and the highest shots on goal percentage at 87% per game. We scored the second highest goals per game at 1.56 and had the second most assists in a season at 18. We had the most shutouts in our program history for a season at 9. Keepers were a big part of that. Jordan Hamilton played in 8 games with 63 saves. That sets her up as the second all-time and season record for saves. She has an 86% save percentage, which is the highest in our program history. Lauren Freeman played in 10 games and she had 60 saves, which is good for third most in a season and for all time. She has an 81% save percentage, which is also third in our program history. And these two both have another year to go, so I'm excited to see what they can do. Rose Cortez has led the program in career assist at 5. And we also had 10 players out of our 17 on the roster score goals this year. That's huge. It's not very often where you have the majority of your team scoring goals. Some of our program accomplishments, we've never beat NOC Tonkawa before, and we did that. We have never beaten Redlands Community College, and we did that twice this year. We swept them. And we've never beat NEO A&M twice, or more than once in a season. and we beat them twice this year as well. It's been such a great season, a lot of records set. It's been a lot of fun to coach them. And so in that spirit, enjoy the highlights of this season.
Gets it out of trouble. Eastern now. Got some green grass. And now downfield. In the hands of Cortez. Can she get it? He takes a shot. Goal! One shot. Save by
get at the goal, the higher percentage of getting one in.
Oh, and now it's a race to the goal. Cortez gets it past the keeper. She's got one kick left. Does Todd get it? Yes! Goal!
As I conclude, I want to say a special thanks to our sophomores. This has been my third season at this school and with this program. When I took the job, I knew it was going to be an investment. I knew it was going to be a lot of work to rebuild the program. And this group of sophomores took a chance on me, took a chance on the program, really bought into what we were trying to do. They were willing most of the time to suffer the growing pains, to do the backbreaking work of laying a foundation. And as a result of going through all of that, produced a record-setting season. I appreciate the freshmen who also took a chance on me in this program. I came into a program that had only won 2 games in the last 2 years, not knowing what it could be, but being willing to come in and put in the work and continuing to lay the foundation. If it weren't for this group, we wouldn't be in the position we're in. We wouldn't have the players that we have committed for next year, that caliber coming in, if it wasn't for this group and putting in the time and effort. I wish there was a way that we could say goodbye in person. I wish that there was a way that I could acknowledge you in front of everybody on campus. But I hope this is a small way to say goodbye. And I hope this is a small token of my gratitude for the freshmen. I'm really excited about next year. I'm really excited to get you all back on campus, to get on the field, to see all of your not wanting to do our fitness test, but to see all of your excitement in getting ready for the season, to see all of your cheering in faces when we win big games. For the sophomores, I hope that in 10, 15 years, when you're the old person talking about when you were in college, I hope that this experience has been something special, something fun, something that you're proud of. It hasn't been easy. It hasn't always been fun. But I hope through all of it, it's taught you some life lessons. I hope it's given you some lifelong friends. And I hope that you stay in touch. I can't thank you enough. So, to a record-breaking season, to a record-breaking group, to hopefully some lifelong friends, I want to say thank you and good night.